As we continue down this journey of understanding spiritual enlightenment as it connects to your goals, which means generating opportunities, abundance, love, and success, it's important that you recognize that to really embrace and understand enlightenment, you must recognize your connection with abundance. And you must see that abundance is an expression of your divine nature. When you think about nature, when you think about the universe, when you think about all that you see and experience, they are reflections of yourself. It's been proven that basically every atom, molecule in your body is an expression or coming from the universe, the stars. Even when we look at nature in this realm and on this planet Earth, you can understand the connections between that which you see and understand and how it can be a direct reflection as to who you are. Say, for example, the trees. The trees allow us to breathe, just as we allow the trees to breathe, right? When you think about the ocean, when you think about the fact that this planet is more than 75% water, just like we are 75% water. So when you think about and compare things that you're experiencing in nature, you must recognize the correlation between you and all that you are experiencing in the universe. You must understand that you are a direct expression of the universe. I will go as far to say as you are not only an expression of the universe, but you are also simultaneously creating the universe by way of your consciousness, by way of experiencing things and adding meaning and definition to the things that are happening. So though there is a grand consciousness that has created this overall understanding of the universe, you are experiencing that and thus creating your own universe by defining what it is that you're experiencing. This is the beauty and this is the significance of the spiritual path. And so as we get into understanding abundance on this journey, we must recognize that the idea of scarcity, the idea of lack, is an idea that has been created by the ego, which is your false self. So everything from the ego, because the ego in itself is false, will in fact create everything else from a false mindset. So you have to recognize that though, yes, the ego does have its place in your life, in the world, in the universe, you have to understand that its place is only to bring contrasts to the consciousness, which is your true self. And so as you deal with processing things like insecurity, things like feeling like you're not good enough, things like maybe you're not smart enough, or you don't have enough skills, or you don't have enough access, you have to recognize where that's coming from. That's coming from your false self. That is not truth, and that is not who you are. But truth, on the other hand, is consciousness. That is the thing that you're going to connect the reality of abundance to. Because consciousness, the divine spark that comes from grand consciousness, what we often call God or the source of the universe, that is individualized, right, to be an expression and to be an experience called you. And so when you recognize that, then you understand, okay, God does not lack. The universe does not lack. There is no lack. In fact, we understand that the universe is constantly expanding and growing, just like you on this journey is expanding and growing. And there is no end to it. You will continue to grow. Just when you thought you have kind of come to an understanding or maybe even quote unquote figured it all out, there is so much more to understand and to figure out. You see, so this journey doesn't stop with a particular destination. Though the overall arch of spirituality is to come into self-realization, even when you have self-realized, there is more to be experienced. And so as you see the correlation between yourself, the cosmos, the universe, this planet Earth, you must also recognize that you are also abundant and infinite. So When you understand that, then you begin the journey of attracting that abundance into your life, into your reality. When you see your true core, your consciousness as abundant, then you recognize that, okay, these ideas, these false paradigms, these unproductive thoughts, this scarce mentality is not truly who I am, and it is not truly what I need to be thinking about. What I need to truly align myself with is abundance, the abundance that is me, that is consciousness. And once you do that, then you start to vibrate at a higher frequency. And then once you vibrate at a higher frequency, you will begin to learn to match the frequency of that which you desire, because you are a creator of this reality, right? So when you learn to understand frequency, vibration, emotion, thoughts, speech, even the vibration and the thought patterns of those around you, then you begin to understand, okay, I have control and mastery, agency over all of this that's happening, over all that I'm experiencing. Your journey is to recognize that. And when you recognize that, then you begin to play around with the frequencies of things. You begin to play around with the vibration of how you are moving through this realm, moving through this physical plane. Because understand that though we are living in this physical plane, you are not just a physical person, right? You are first spiritual. You are spiritual, expressing itself outwardly through the body, right? Which is why you created the body, right? The body is an expression of the abundance that is consciousness. Your body is it's like a fingerprint. How we compare it to a fingerprint is everybody's fingerprint is unique to them. There are no two fingerprints alike. Same thing with your body. There are no two bodies that are alike. And that is because they are connected directly with your consciousness, which is unique and special for you, to you, as you. You see? So recognize this abundance that is all around you. Seek abundance. If you're somebody who is constantly looking at the negative, or you're constantly complaining about what's going wrong, or the dark aspects of the world and how the world is going to hell, and all these different negative thoughts and paradigms, in order for you to attract the abundance that is everywhere, you have to first train yourself to look for it. You have to first train yourself to be it. And when I say be it, I mean align your thoughts with it, align your focus, okay? What are you looking for? Because whatever it is that you're programming your mind to look for, your mind will find it. Remember, your mind is one of the most sophisticated machines ever to exist. So when you direct it toward a particular thing, whether it be looking for something negative because that is what you're used to experiencing, then it will continue to find that. But if you change it and say, you know what, let's do something different, I am going to look for the beauty in the world, then you will begin to grow in mastering that skill set, because it is a skill. And when you understand that skill, then you start to see the beauty that is everywhere. Then you can let go of these false ideas and this false identity and this false understanding of what quote unquote reality is, when in fact, you are the one that creates the reality. So your job is to look around, see the abundance that is everywhere. You know, even if it is something like being in nature, observing the animals, observing, people who are growing and expanding. Everything that you are around, there is an opportunity for you to see abundance. You have to train yourself to do so. So start with recognizing the abundance around you, things that you can be grateful for. Practicing gratitude is a great way to actually begin to lay down the groundwork and the foundation to recognize abundance everywhere else outside of you. Okay, which really, that isn't a thing. For things to be outside of you, everything is all connected with you and your consciousness. But once you change the lens by which you see everything, right? From a lens of scarcity, from a lens of negativity and lack, to the lens of abundance, of joy, of more than enough, then you begin to actually see things that way. then you begin to attract things that way, right? You begin to attract more of the abundance, more of the joy, more of the happiness. You even begin to get to a point where you recognize that the quote unquote things that are negative are actually positives, because they are just simply a catalyst. They are just simply one side of the coin. They are simply the cause and then the effect that results from that quote unquote negative thing, right, ends up being positive. But that takes mastering the skill of abundance and recognizing abundance in order for you to get to that point. But the first thing is to simply recognize the simplistic concepts and understanding of the abundance that is around you. And once you do that, then you begin to create more of that abundance. You see? So that is how you build up and generate this abundance, by recognizing that, one, you are abundant. You are the definition. You are the divine expression of abundance itself. Thank you so much. Continue to join me on this journey. Please go to drabundant.com and subscribe to my newsletter, and you'll get this free ebook, The Power Within. Also, I invite you to join my Conscious Creator Circle, which is a paid membership that allows you to go deeper and be coached through anything that you're going through that is stopping you or restricting you from tapping into your divine nature as the creator of your universe. Continue to join me on this journey. Peace and abundance always.